Yeah, when we thought about doing Ayrburn, we wanted an amenity that people would want to come to and enjoy, a public amenity. And so we thought about different options. We thought about building a golf course, and we thought about a big botanic garden. And then we saw in Australia and London and other places these big restaurant and bar precincts where you come to one place and you have a dozen or so different venues in the one spot. So we thought, rather than do a golf course, there's plenty of golf courses around here, we didn't need another one. We'd build a lovely botanic garden, which is the focus of Ayrburn. And we had a great start with all these beautiful old mature trees and so on. Then we thought we'd put the dozen bars and restaurants in a vineyard setting, and it would be a real destination for people who come to Queenstown, and obviously, most importantly, the locals, to come and enjoy it. And once you get to a certain scale, which I think we're achieving or have achieved, it becomes a destination that you just want to come and enjoy. So we're hoping to be, in time, it'll take us 5 years, but we're hoping to be the most visited thing in Queenstown, and I'm pretty confident we'll achieve that. You know, back in the day when I was 3 or 4 years old, we used to come here, my sister and I and my parents, they ran the property as a sort of a picnic area, and you could come here and swim in the stream under the waterfall. So it's quite a big deal for me to now own the property and be able to open it back up to the public and have people come here and have the same experiences that I had as a kid when I was very, very young. So I'd say we're sort of approaching the 20% done mark. So we're 15-20% of the overall project is completed. So right now we've got about 6 bars and restaurants open and trading, and they're doing fantastically well. And we have another 6 bars and restaurants coming in the course of the next year. And obviously where we're sitting now is the start of the luxury later living precinct. So there's 162 retirement village apartments, and then there's a luxury boutique hotel up near the waterfall. So we're trying to target what we say is the BMW end or the Mercedes end. And what we've found after a lot of research is that we think these people they're not the bingo and bowls brigade, that they want to have fun, they've got a lot of life in them, they want to come to restaurants and bars and have a good old time. And so we felt like the amenity that the restaurant precinct provided them and the vineyard and so on was a great add-on to the retirement village, and the two interact very, very well. Yeah, so Brook, Arrowtown is 168 apartments. I think there's about 140 self-care apartments, and the balance is high care. So we're underway with construction now, well underway, and then on the 4th of May we open the sales suite, which we're sitting in here now, to the public, and it's important to us to build a sales suite that's exact replica of one of the apartments. So every last finish, inside, outside, the ceiling heights, the wonderful kitchens and bathrooms, the panelled walls, the big beautiful aluminium doors that open onto the terraces. I mean, it's an exact replica of one of the apartments. So anyone coming here to look at it knows precisely what they're buying, and that's what we're building just adjacent to the show suite. So yeah, we're excited to get the sales underway. We think it's going to be very well received. We think it's the perfect location. We're right as part of the Ayrburn grounds. We sit adjacent to Millbrook, right adjacent to the Hills Golf Course. There's a new Hogan's Gully Golf Course being built as we speak. So, as a place to retire, you couldn't hope for better. Yeah, so all the buildings here at Ayrburn, they were the original wool shed, the original cart shed, the old dairy and a few others. So we've basically had to take them apart piece by piece, get them up to the earthquake code and then put them back together again. But we've been very, very careful to use all of the original materials, and in some cases where we didn't have enough of those, we've run around Southland and down at Winton where I was born and other places, to buy old wool sheds and old barns. Some of these farmers must have thought we were bonkers. We've turned up to buy their old corrugate sheds which have been decrepit for years, and we've taken that material and the timber and the iron and the old windows and things, and we've put them back into Ayrburn to really keep that original feel to how the buildings were, back in the day. Well, it was super important to me that Ayrburn was authentic, and it's, we really want when you come here, you feel, and you are, in an authentic 1860s Kiwi farm, settled by William Patterson, who came out from Ayr in Scotland. And we wanted to give the feeling of what it was like when he was there. We're not slavish to history, but it was important that it was an authentic feeling of what a great Central Otago farm would feel like. We want it to be a destination for families. So even the residents in the Northbrook, we want their families to come here regularly. We want it to be a mixing spot for all the family to get together, the kids and the grandkids and so on. And so we've certainly designed the whole Ayrburn precinct with families in mind. We've got a few play areas and a fabulous big brown trout fish and a paradise duck, which is 4.5 metres high, and the trout's 11 metres long. And that's a great spot for kids to come and play on. There's other playgrounds and things, and there's beautiful gardens for them to run around in. So we're really trying to be a destination where you really want to bring the whole family and have a fun day out. We want people to come here, if they're not from Queenstown, we want them to come here every time they come to Queenstown, if not a few times when they're here, and just have a fun day out and a fun dinner and a fun lunch and a fun breakfast. And more importantly, a good walk around the gardens and just enjoy the outdoors and enjoy being here.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here, and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.